sound healing. Like I mentioned, we'll do 45 minutes of a yoga mobility flow, a 15-minute sound healing, and today is focused on upper body. If anything doesn't quite feel right, if that neck or anything acts up, you can kind of ease off the movement and feel free to modify. And the last thing that we do before we get into class is we set an intention for how we want to feel. So the intention that I have today is overcoming overwhelm. So anytime I feel overwhelm coming up, just taking a deep breath and bringing it back to the present moment. So if you want to pick a word or intention, peace, calm, presence, however you want to feel today. Love it. All right, you're in the perfect place for some peace, and we typically start flat on our back, so we'll get started here. Today will be an upper body focus, but we'll still hit some lower body and hips as well. So first things first, you're going to place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, taking a big breath in, breathing in that peace. And then exhale, sigh it out. Another big breath in, filling your belly, filling your heart. And exhale, letting go. And then one more breath together, filling the belly, filling the heart. And letting go. And hands flat on the floor. With your knees, you're going to take some gentle windshield wipers side to side, just alternating, pulling each knee to each side here. Long, slow exhales. Using this next hour as a reset from anything in the outside world. We'll get last one of these windshield wipers. Feet come flat onto the floor. Right leg is going to come up to the ceiling, grabbing your right calf. Exhale, pull your right shin towards your forehead and holding here for about 15 seconds. Trying to keep that tailbone glued to the floor. And then placing the right foot down and switching to the left side, grabbing the left calf. Exhale, pull your shin towards your chest. Just one more breath here. Placing the left foot down, coming back to that right leg. Crossing your right ankle over your left thigh, supine figure 4. Lift your left foot off the ground, elbow into the right knee, and then exhale, pull the right shin towards your chest. Just getting a little into those hips. Placing the left foot down and simply switching to the left leg, supine figure 4. Crossing the ankle, elbow into that left knee, and then exhale, pull that left shin towards the chest. Breathing into that left hip. And trying to let go of any tension in your body. And then placing the right foot down. Both legs are going to be all the way straight. Now bend your right knee to 90 degrees. Grab the outside of your right knee and then supine twist across the body here, pulling that right knee to the floor. We're going to get 3 arm circles each way, starting with bringing the right hand down towards the right hip. Inhale. Sweep the right arm to the front of the body, arm comes up to the ear, and then exhale, open the chest, trying to trace the fingertips against the floor. 2 more circles. Inhale to the front of the body. Arm comes up to the ear, and exhale, open the chest. We'll get 1 more here, sweeping the arm to the front of the body. Up to the ear, big exhale, open that chest. And reversing directions with the circle. Right arm comes behind the back, tracing the arm against the floor. Inhaling to the front of the body. And then exhale, open the chest, tracing those fingertips. Already feeling that chest and spine opening up. 1 more here. Opening up that arm, big stretch. And unraveling from that side, straightening both legs. And now bending the left knee. Exhale, pull the left knee across the body. Left arm opens towards the side wall. And sweeping the left arm down towards the hip. Inhale to the front side of the body. Arm comes up to the ear, open, exhale. 2 more circles. Trying to reach that left arm as long as you can. Up to the ear, open the chest. 1 more circle. Going backwards here. Syncing the movement with the breath. And reverse directions. Reaching the left arm behind your back, opening the chest. You're doing a great job with the breath. Coming back to the breath anytime we feel our mind wandering. We'll get 1 more slow arm circle. Big sweep behind. It's coming flat to our back, grabbing our knees in towards our chest. Forehead comes towards the knees, and a couple rocks up and down the spine until we make our way all the way into a seated cross-chin position. Just a comfortable seat, soft gaze forward, and some nice gentle shoulder rolls up, back, down, and forwards. Trying to make as big of a circle as you can. And imagine like you are shrugging off any tension, any weight those shoulders are holding. And then reversing directions, shrugging the shoulders back, forwards, and down. How far can you pull the shoulder blades back? And how far can you concave those shoulders forwards? We'll get last one here. And now some gentle ones with our neck. Actively pulling our fingertips long as we can away from our body. Exhale, pull your ear towards your shoulder. And hold for just a moment. Inhale through the center, and exhale, other side. And you can continue at your own pace, making sure we're not forcing this one. If you feel any sharp pain, you're going to ease off the stretch. And the goal here is just to feel that gentle pull down that trap and neck. So again, just being mindful of how low your body is able to go today. We'll get a couple more here. And then last one. Now hands gently come behind the head, almost like a seated cat-cow, with just very gentle pressure on the back of your neck. Tuck your hips, tuck your chin, bring your chin down towards your chest. We're gonna hold here for about 20 seconds. I'm not forcing with my hands, I'm just gently adding the slightest bit of pressure. And send your breath to your upper back. Feeling that opening down the top upper spine. And then you're going to arch your back, squeeze your elbows by your sides, send your elbows forward slightly, and you'll feel a sensation through the back of the shoulders. Holding here for just 3, 2, 1, and then one more rep. Chin down to the chest, tuck the hips, and only 5% pressure from the hands here. Sending your breath to your upper back. One more rep here, lifting the chest, lifting the chin, pulling the elbows down, and then forwards. You'll feel a tightness through the rear delts here. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Hands come by your sides, and a couple gentle spinal twists. Hand comes outside of the thigh. Exhale, twist, looking over that back shoulder. Inhale through the center, and exhale, spinal twist, other side. Hands coming back to the center here. One side bend each way, arm comes up to the ear, side bend, stretching that lat, arm comes up to the ear, holding for about 10 seconds, keeping your chest hold to the ceiling, arms straight. Using your supporting hand to press through the center, inhale. And exhale, big side bend, arm comes up to the ear, bringing that arm as long as you can to that opposite wall. Breathing into that rib cage on the top. Coming back to the center. Our next one is a little bit more of a intense stretch, so allow your body to guide you. Feet about hip distance, fingertips facing forward. You're going to inch your hands back, elbows bend, and then however low you can, lower yourself down, and you're going to feel a pretty intense pressure through the front of your shoulder. 30-second hold, and using your core to hold you up as much as you need. Trying to breathe into the upper body, allowing those elbows to sit back. And again, this one will feel pretty intense, but making sure we never feel any sharp pain. With every exhale, maybe trying to sit just a bit lower. Almost there, one more breath. Slowly pressing up to the top, coming back to our seated cross shin. We'll get one more variation for our neck. This time, fingertips to the side. You're going to exhale, bring your ear towards your shoulder. And in this side bend, you're going to bring your chin down towards your chest, holding for about a breath. And then gently tilting the chin up to the ceiling, maintaining that side bend. You're going to feel a deep stretch down that lengthened side of the neck. Maybe a little bit pulling down that trap, upper back. Keeping the whole rest of your body still. About another 30 seconds of these gentle neck tilts up and down, remembering to breathe, and just noticing if there's any extra tight areas, maybe breathe into that spot. Stretching those opposite fingertips long away from your body. Bring your ear back to the center. Inhale through the middle, and then slowly switching to the other side. And repeating, chin down towards the chest. And tilting the head up. Stretching the opposite fingers long away from you and feeling that length through your trap, through your neck. And really sending that breath to your upper back here. Just noticing when you slow down. Really able to stay present and find that peace in every breath. Last one here. Coming back to the center. One more slight variation of that rounded chin to the chest stretch here. So tilting the hips, bringing your chin to your chest. This time with your thumbs. If you feel comfortable, you're going to press into the muscle that runs behind your ear from the base of your skull down the backs and side of your necks, almost giving your necks and traps a little bit of a massage. So where your neck meets the base of your spine behind your ears, that's actually connected to your vagus nerve, which really helps to calm your nervous system. And otherwise, you can just hold this stretch, but I like to dig my thumbs, pressing them into that muscle that runs from the base of that skull just behind the ears. Maybe slide them down to meet the bottom of your neck where your traps are. Pressing, especially where the skull is. You'll notice some tension there. Big exhales, letting it go. And then slowly coming up to the top. Beautiful work. One more stretch for our shoulders in this position. Now fingertips facing backwards. Same stretch where we lower down. You might find a little different sensation. Positioning yourself, whatever adjustments you need to make. 30-second holds, trying to lower your torso towards the floor. Maybe with every exhale, sinking half an inch deeper, just 10 seconds to go. And slowly pressing up, swinging your legs around, making our way into our tabletop, our first cat-cow of the day. Just a moment. Coming into our tabletop position. Today's cat-cow is going to have an emphasis on the shoulder blades, so worrying a little bit less about the lower back. You're going to start with pressing your shoulder blades tall to the top. Tuck your chin, rounding up to the top. We're going to hold here for about 15 seconds. And to feel a little more of the shoulder blades, pull your hands apart. And then pull your shoulder blades apart, sending your breath to your upper back. Big inhale. And then exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades, drop your chest, drop your belly, tightening your upper back. Might even feel a crack there. And then inhale, pressing up. Pull your shoulder blades apart, making as much space between your shoulder blades as you can. Pull the floor apart with your hands. And then exhale, sink your shoulder blades down your back, squeeze your upper back, pulling your chest towards the floor. And one more rep here, big inhale. Press your shoulder blades tall as you can. Tuck your chin. We'll hold here for about 20 seconds. Think about pulling your shoulder blades away from each other, breathing into that upper back, expanding the ribs. And then right where you're at, sink back to a flat neutral spine. And now we'll inch forward into our puppy dog, inching your hands forward. Your chin or your forehead can come to the ground. And we have a 30-second hold, keeping the hips high, opening up the chest and shoulders here. Just notice how that upper body is feeling just about 20 minutes into our practice. Noticing if you're feeling a little more present, a little less overwhelmed when we release that tension in the body. Seeing if we can inch our fingertips maybe 1 inch forward, and then letting the shoulder blades and armpits drop towards the floor. 10 more seconds. Inching back just a bit, inch to the right side of your mat. Your left thumb is going to be up, left elbow straight, and now sink your left armpit towards the floor, sending your tailbone back, reaching your left knuckles forwards, big stretch through that left shoulder blade. Your right arm is wherever it needs to be for support, maybe down on the elbow. And we're here for 30 seconds. Send your breath to your left rib cage, expanding. And with every exhale, can you sink that left armpit closer to the floor, pulling your tailbone backwards to create length. Send your breath to expand those left ribs, feeling the space you're creating in your body. Inching over now to the left side of your mat. Now your right thumb is going to be up, right elbow straight, and exhale, try to drop that right shoulder, right armpit towards the floor. Left arm can be bent for support, reaching your knuckles as far forward as you can and your tailbone towards the back wall. Breathing into that right rib cage, making that body as long as you can. Coming back to the center. Now simply lowering down all the way down to the floor. And this one will be a little bit more intense. Right arm out to the side. Turn your head to your right ear hits the floor. Left leg bends, left elbow bends. My right palm is flat. Kick your left leg up and over your body into our scorpion. You're going to feel this one through the right shoulder as well as your lower back and your hip. And we have a 30-second hold here. Once you find your position, try to soften. And the more that you surrender into the stretch, the easier it becomes. Trying to lean onto that right shoulder, opening the chest, and just noticing, where are you resisting? And where can you allow your body to open just a bit? Gently unraveling from that side, and then repeating on the left arm.
Left arm comes out to the side, left ear on the floor, bend your right arm, right leg, kicking the right leg up and over the body. That foot lands on the floor. And then once you arrive, trying to soften a bit more. Seeing if you can lean more of that body weight onto that right shoulder or left shoulder. Sending your breath to your belly. One last breath here. Rolling back down to the stomach. This next one is a little bit advanced, not too advanced. We're going to work some strength through our shoulders, so you can kind of listen to my cues. You're going to start with your hands in an O overhead. Your forehead can be resting on the floor. You're going to lift your chest so that your upper body is off the ground. And with tension in your upper body, start to bring your arms into a Y position. Now bring them into a T out to the side, keeping your chest lifted. Now start to make an O behind your back, rotating so the back of your palms finish behind your lower back or glutes. Hold for a moment here, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your legs together. Now reverse directions, keeping tension through the arms and upper body, making your arms out into a T. Arms come up into a Y, shoulder blades pull down the back, arms come into an O, and then gently lower down, relaxing at the bottom. We'll get one breath here and one more rep, starting to activate the upper body. Squeeze the glutes, lift the chest off the floor, tension through the arms, make your arms into a Y, bring them out into a T, squeeze your glutes, start to flip the palms so you have an O behind your back, toughest position there, and reverse directions, bringing your arms out to a T, Y, shoulder blades pull down the back, O, and relax. Great job there. Pressing up back into our tabletop, now more of a gentle stretch. You're going to reach your right arm underneath your body, thread the needle, drop the right shoulder, right ear comes to the floor, and holding here for about 30 seconds. You're doing great. We have just about 12 more minutes of movement, so we're about 2/3 of the way through here. Try to inch your right pinky finger a little more forward. Breathe into that right shoulder blade. And feel all of that tension leaving through the breath. And sliding back through the middle. And then inhale, drop the left shoulder to the floor, thread the needle, drop your head to the ground, and breathing into that left shoulder blade, fully surrender. Feel the weight of your body melting into the floor. Coming back to the center, pressing up and back into our first downward facing dog. Pressing the heels to the floor, We're gonna get a little bit of a shoulder shoulder shrug variation here. So in your downward facing dog, press your shoulders tall so that your biceps cover your ears, pressing through the floor. And then sink your shoulder blades down your back to make as much space between your arms and your ears as you can. And continue with that movement. Essentially some shoulder shrugs, just to get a little extra movement and mobility through those shoulder blades. Trying to sync your movement with your breath. Couple more here. And then inching your tippy toes towards your hands. Toes are going to be slightly in. Bring your fingertips underneath your toes. Chin is going to tuck. Little spinal decompression. Round your body up to the top. Let your shoulder blades open up. Breathe into that upper back. Holding for just 3, 2, 1. Release the fingertips. Exhale, ragdoll, forward fold. Grab your elbows. And then let your body sway side to side. Maybe shaking your head no, shaking your head yes. Letting any thoughts leave to the top of your head. Then big exhale. Let go of the elbows. And then one single vertebrae at a time. Arms hang heavy, soft bend in your knees. Rolling up towards the top. Tuck your hips. Feel your spine. Arms are hanging heavy. And then your arms are going to finish by your sides. Elbows straight, making a fist. Repeating those shoulder rolls from our very beginning of practice, shrugging up, back, down, and forwards. And seeing if you can make even bigger circles here from this standing position. And imagine any weight you've been carrying in your shoulders just rolling off the backs, melting off your shoulders. In reverse directions, round, back, up, and forwards. Breathing into that upper back, last one. And then palms facing forwards, nothing else moves besides your neck and your head. Chin down to your chest, 3 slow neck circles to the right. Tilt your ear towards the right shoulder, actively pulling the fingertips to the ground. Make sure to breathe. And if you feel any sharpness, you're going to make your motion a little smaller. So listen to your body. We never want to push through any sharp pain. All you want to be feeling is a deep stretch through the muscle. We've got one more slow neck circle to go here. Sending your breath to that upper half of the body. Chin is going to finish on your chest. And then reverse to the left direction. Tilt the ear to the left shoulder. Breathing into the upper half of the body. Just notice where you've been putting too much pressure on yourself. Can you allow yourself to let it go through the body and the breath? Transmuting any of that energy and tension. Last circle. Beautiful. Get a couple more movements here standing. You're going to bring your arms together, clasp your fingertips together, tuck your hips, tuck your chin, pull your shoulder blades forward, and you're going to get a little side bend each direction. Whichever palm is on top, pull that shoulder blade forward,
And then slowly alternate with those side bends, almost like you're giving yourself like a round of applause, but pull that shoulder blade forward. You should feel a deep sensation running down the whole shoulder blade here. Just breathe into that upper back. Pull the knuckles forward. And last one there. Coming back to the center. Tall chest. Pull the arms backwards just to reset. We'll get one more standing here. Arms come out to the side. Flip your left palm up. Flip your right palm forwards. And then reach towards the left palm. And then continue to alternate sides, almost like an Egyptian dance. Flipping that shoulder forward, pulling the arms away from each other, doing great. Trusting your body, last one. And then arms come down to your thighs, tucking your chin, rolling down one single vertebrae at a time until we make our way all the way down to our feet. Inch forward into a high plank, inch your feet back, holding your high plank, same shoulder shrugs that we did in that downward facing dog. Press your shoulder blades up 1 inch and then down 1 inch. You're not going to get very far here. Keep your elbows straight and seeing if you can make that mind to muscle connection, or you're really shrugging those shoulders up and sinking those shoulders down. Last one here. Lower down to a push-up and then pressing up into an upward facing dog. Holding here for just a moment. Sit the hips back into a child's pose with an elbows variation. So you're going to bend your elbows. Reach your hands behind your shoulder blades, 30-second reset. Inch your elbows forward. And just feel that space that you're creating through that upper back. Sitting all the way back to the heels. We're going to get a couple, if this feels okay for your knees, you can stay here. Otherwise, you can be in a seated cross shin position. Wrapping your right arm over your left arm, inch your hands so they're behind your shoulder blades. We're going to get some upper body circles. Bring your chin down to your chest, round forward. Tilt your shoulder to the right side, side bend. Start to lift your chest slightly towards the ceiling, keeping your chin tucked. Side bend to the left, and then round forward. 2 more circles. The goal here is to move through the upper half of the body. How good does that upper spine feel? Breathing into that upper back. 1 more T-spine circle. And reset to the center. And simply bring your left arm on top of your right. Give yourself a big hug. Try to grab those shoulder blades. Chin tucked, round forward. Side bend to the left. Lifting the chest, keeping the chin tucked. Side bend to the right. And round forward. 2 more circles here. Sending your breath to that upper back. Slowing down. And just staying present with the body. Last one here.
Coming back into our tabletop, just a couple more poses to go. We're going to repeat that thread the needle, dropping that right shoulder to the floor, except this time you have the option to add a bind with reaching the left arm behind your back and holding here for 30 seconds. Just a few poses to go. And gently switch through the other side, sweeping through the middle, dropping that left shoulder down. Option to add a bind with reaching the right arm behind your back if that feels good for you. Feeling how much more open that body is feeling. Coming back through the center, our final pose, sitting back into a regular child's pose, 30 seconds to reset. Letting your chin or forehead melt into the floor. Just breathing in that peace, that presence. Letting this whole movement practice land in your body. One more breath here together. And let it go. And whenever you feel complete, you're going to make your way into Shavasana with your head facing the bowls, facing the top of the room. Coming flat onto your back with your palms facing up to receive. As we transition into our sound bath healing. And just feeling fully present in your body. And if this is your first sound bath healing, know that there is no certain breath that you need to take. If thoughts come up, that is perfectly okay. And the only thing you need to do is be open to receiving. And keeping the intention that you came to class here with today. Maybe your day or your week had a lot of things going on. This is going to be your time and space to let any of those things go. Our intention for our Reiki infused sound bath healing is going to be overcoming overwhelm. So using this space to let go of anything that doesn't serve you, calling in that peace and that presence, and we will begin.